Hello, my name is Amber Jackson and I am here to talk about conformity on this video blog from the new student dialogue workshop that I attended. Here is Morgan Wood, and she's going to ask the questions that we were supposed to discuss in this video blog.
Do you feel your group achieved true dialogue? Why or why not?
Yes, I believe that my group achieved true dialogue because it sharpened my intelligence and made me think more about conformity. I learned more about conformity during this time by participating and listening to others in my group. Both sides were willing to change as well, thus completing true dialogue.
Were there active voices in your dialogue?
There were many active voices in my dialogue. Many students were involved in this dialogue, so we heard many different active voices. These voices tried not to make the dialogue a debate, which is a very good thing. Some active voices were very headstrong about their opinions and offended some people in my dialogue.
Were there more reserved voices in your dialogue?
There were some reserved voices in my dialogue, less than active voices, and I feel like these students were too scared to voice their opinion because some of the active voices were very judgmental and I guess you could say cruel. So that's why I think those were reserved voices.
What role did you play in your group?
I started off being an active voice, communicating to the whole dialogue group, but then I became a reserved voice because every time I would say something about conformity, someone would try to top my opinion, you could say, and after that I just started not to say anything because I don't think that's what dialogue is about. It's about conversation and it's not about trying to start a debate.
Why do you think dialogue is a component of CU 1000?
I think dialogue is a component of CU 1000 because dialogue helps you work in groups to know people's opinions on the different subjects of society. We do need to learn other people's opinions to learn more about people and what they think, especially when we start to work in the outside world because you may have a different opinion than someone else and you want to know what those other people's opinions are.
Do you see dialogue as a useful tool in your university experience?
Honestly, do not think that dialogue is a useful tool in my university experience because we technically already have meaningful conversations like dialogue in our classrooms. So I think we don't need that extra student dialogue workshop that we were supposed to, that we did in my university experience.
Please share any additional thoughts or observations as you see fit.
Conformity is the act of matching attitudes, beliefs, and actions to a group. Some examples we discussed of conformity is the way people dress, act, the events they are involved in, and the people they choose to hang out with. This was shown by our group leaders through 2 videos of a psychology study done. In one of the videos, a teacher divided her class up by eye color and gave more advantages to one group than the other. And her goal was to teach them about racial prejudice in society, which is an example of how people conform to society rules. The other video showed students going into a prison, and half of the students were the prisoners and the other half were the prison guards. Many of the prison guards got way too involved in this study and they actually started to get violent, and since they had the power to beat the prisoners and talk badly to them, this showed how the students conformed to being a prison guard. This study actually had to stop because they were getting too involved in it. But I really enjoyed listening to everyone's opinions when I attended my new student dialogue workshop.